on Highway Thru Hell. Rumble in the jungle. Al's crew.
Watch out, hey!
Cuts to the chase.
Hungry bears and possible Sasquatches.
It's a family reunion in a forest.
Here we go, boys.
Then
Don't wreck another truck?
Cam's back. Facing an uphill battle
I'm almost out of line here.
in another iron beast.
Anybody tell me how the 3 is?
It's blowing and snowing up there like crazy.
Near Hope, BC.
We here.
A late morning storm on Highway 3
We got one on its roof in the ditch here.
has turned the narrow and twisting mountain route
This is notorious for being slippery.
Ambulance is on scene.
into a white-knuckle ride.
Looks like it's a single vehicle rollover here. I'm just here waiting to get going again.
Just gone show.
Just up the highway, a 50-ton Vulcan record,
Let's do a weather check.
and operator Al Quiring
Seems to be snowing right now.
head to a heavy rollover 20 miles southeast of Hope.
We've received a call for a overturned truck and trailer.
Hey driver, where is this accident? We're at the bottom of 21 mile.
I don't know the whole situation, but he said he's on the highway.
Whoa! Careful, we've got an accident out here.
60 feet below the road,
Oh boy, that's a mess.
the wreck is tangled in big timber.
When I get there,
It's crazy.
it's not on the highway at all.
There's a lot of hazards here.
The truck and trailer was approaching a turn when the driver lost control, went over the edge, crashing into the forest below.
The load's probably shifting.
The wreck is now entangled in the trees.
The truck and the trailer are all twisted up and it's way over the bank.
Incredibly, the driver
You guys know if that driver walked away or not?
was taken to hospital with only minor injuries.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But for Al,
Holy frig.
the recovery will be no picnic.
Hard to battle with Mother Nature.
On the Highway Thru Hell, closure is not an option.
You got an accident here. Be careful.
On Highway 3,
Yeah, Quiring's up there.
Al Quiring
Real crazy.
sizes up his next major recovery.
Let the games begin.
A truck and trailer camouflaged by thick branches and trees.
Oh my, look at this.
This job is more than what the original description entailed.
The wreck is too big for one truck, so Al puts the job on hold.
We'll come back tomorrow with more equipment and I'll bring my wrecking crew up.
We'll be back tomorrow. You bet you have a safe day. Yeah, watch your back out there.
The next day, in Hope, a driver that hasn't been seen in months returns to Jamie's yard.
Excited to get out here, be part of the team again.
Cam Nino is back for his second winter of mountain recovery.
I'm looking forward to the season, the challenges, and another shot at the hill.
It's actually kind of starting to snow here a little bit.
It was coming down a little bit last night on the way down.
Cam's back with us after spending the summer in his home in Calgary, Alberta. Really hard worker, very eager. It's good to have him here with us.
After catching up with Colin, the boss arrives.
Don't wreck another truck?
Morning.
How you doing, James.
Good, how are you?
See ya.
You gonna come and help us out for the winter?
Yeah.
Jamie's first task is to get Cam familiar with his latest classic record.
I think the best truck for him to drive is the General. It's a hard truck to drive.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's a little quirky. There's lots of little deals with it.
Well, it seems every time I come down here, I get this old iron.
Okay.
All right, Jim. If I'm gonna work for Jamie, you're gonna have to make it work efficiently and quickly.
But on Jamie's classic trucks,
Yeah, got the old coveralls.
Cam hasn't always had a smooth ride. Last winter,
Come on, truck.
Cam was at the controls of Mighty Mo, Jamie's prized vintage record,
It's banging and cracking now.
when a gearbox gave way.
There it goes.
The mechanical failure wasn't Cam's fault, but Cam still wears it.
Yeah, me and Mighty Mo, I would like a redo on that. I feel like I let myself down. A lot of emotions here, you know. Last time I seen this truck, it didn't go so well for me. That was my first old record experience, and I want another crack.
Right away, Cam's road to redemption begins. Stepping up into the General for his first call.
Another accident.
And to get a feel for the 45-ton Holmes record.
Oh, man. Takes a lot to get this to turn.
Cam's gonna head out in the General. It's a good opportunity for him to get used to the controls and become one with the machine.
I'm a little nervous with this truck. This is gonna take some getting used to, I'll tell you that much. It's always a challenge being out here on the mountains and stuff, so, you know, you throw this old iron in there, it's hard.
There's that truck in the ditch.
We're heading out to Othello Road here for recovery on a pickup off the road. Oh, yeah, there it is. That's a crazy one.
Ooh, that truck does not look good.
The pickup is off the road,
Ah.
70 feet down.
It's a pretty steep bank. We got sticks and rocks. It's gonna be a challenge getting it up here. Looked like it was a pretty wild ride.
Cam's gonna have to make up the difference with his skills between the old gear and these difficult jobs.
Okay, here we go.
How's Highway 3 today? It's just wet, no snow, nothing.
2.5 miles away, just east of Hope,
He's got the green machine.
Al Quiring is rolling to the wreck,
We're headed back up Highway 3 today,
to the big job he scouted yesterday.
and hopefully it'll be a good day of fishing.
Following close behind is operator Gord Boyd.
From what I'm told, we have a dump truck and a trailer upside down about 60 feet down.
And in the convoy of green, a third record, driven by Al's oldest son, Kerry.
The adrenaline's pumping in ya.
Riding up with Dad is Al's youngest, Lucas.
Last night he was like, hey, I need you in the morning. Don't be out late. Got a wreck.
Having my boys with me is like having a whole wrecking crew because they are big boys.
The Quiring boys have grown up in the family business.
Beauty. This is what they call family bonding.
Learning tricks of the trade.
There she comes.
On some of their dad's biggest recoveries.
Kerry is working into heavy towing.
That's a Quiring tow secret there.
And Lucas, you know, he's on a different path. He's in heavy truck repair, and he's my mechanic.
I've been doing mechanics since I could turn a wrench, and I kind of like it.
Today,
I'll be going over right up here, I'll bet.
it will take an all-out Quiring family effort to tackle what's below the highway.
When we show up to a wreck like this, we only want to do it once. marshal the troops, get up there and get her done.
With the convoy parked,
Wow, looks like we got a party happening.
Gord and the others get their first look.
Oh yeah. That would have been one hell of a landing. Yeah, that cab took a hit.
Steep ditch, lots of trees. The driver lucked out that day.
Like I said, for one guy to come up here yesterday.
Oh yeah, I guess it's not gonna happen with one guy.
This is a big job. It's gonna be a long day today.
But before the crew can get close to the wreck,
Broken trees are gonna be a bit of an issue.
they'll have to thin out a thick problem.
We gotta cut some trees.
When the truck left the roadway, it did a little bit of clear-cut logging. Then the trees all fell back on top of it.
So hard hats, glasses, and we'll get down there.
To enable that truck to come up first, we're gonna have to remove all the trees.
Wasting no time,
I'm gonna fire up the saw.
Al carves into the problem.
Start cleaning up this, guys.
As the rest of the team
So all this gonna go? Yeah.
clears timber while keeping a close eye for falling trees.
It's like wood carving a truck is what we're doing. Hungry bears and possible Sasquatches in here.
For Al's boys, it's back-breaking work in a hazardous work zone.
The trees, they're all bent over, bent this way, bent that way. It's a very dangerous area.
Slug over there, look.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in a spot where that tree is gonna thump you in the head.
It's not doing anything. Just leave it there. It's called a widowmaker, Luke.
That's the last thing you want to have happen.
Why didn't you just leave it there? It's not in the way.
Watch out, hey. Whoa!
On Highway 3, near Hope, DC,
Watch out, hey. Whoa!
Al Quiring and Sons
Look at that big bastard of a tree. That's a deadly one right there.
are trying to carve a path
Watch out, Luke.
to their next recovery.
You have to watch for kickbacks and what they call the widowmakers.
It's nasty back here.
There's big trees falling all over the place. You gotta be extremely focused and be ready to run. Jeez, that's a tree.
Keep her going.
But just as the wreck is nearly cleared, Al's operation grinds to a halt.
Unfortunately, the chainsaw jammed up.
Want me to go grab a sledgehammer?
Yeah, yell at Gord.
Hey, Gord, sledgehammer!
Gord is topside, waiting for the recovery to start.
On any job like this, you have to have a backup plan, and a backup plan for the backup plan. Coming down.
Jesus.
Let's apply a little bit of muscle to it. We'll make it move.
Where'd my wedge go?
With the right tools,
Watch out, that log's gonna spring. We're good.
Al's back on track. But the Quiring family's battle in the trees is far from over.
In this case, we're using a chainsaw. Some days I'd rather use dynamite.
Pretty nasty stuff.
Near Hope, on Othello Road,
That's a crazy one.
Cam Nino is on his first recovery with the General.
Learning how to drive a new truck, Jamie's General, it's a challenge because you gotta learn controls, you gotta learn the quirks. How do you turn it on? Yeah, lots to prove to Jamie and to myself.
Cam's first test
That's crazy, eh?
Yeah.
is at the bottom of a 70-foot bank.
There's no trailer hitch on it, so we're gonna have to grab it by the frame of the axle.
The wreck was discovered by one-ton operator Wayne Sahada.
If you want to turn around.
I want to turn around and just
back up
pull it
that
down.
way, right?
Yeah, that's all good.
Cam moves the General into position and will need to block the road for the recovery.
We have to try and get this done quickly as possible. We're just gonna go down there, throw a chain on it, and get her out of there.
I'll throw the chain down to you, okay?
Yeah. It's always a hazard when you gotta go up and down these steep banks.
Ready?
Yeah. That's why we try to just go down once. Okay, let me know what it's doing.
Okay.
Up top, Cam gets a feel for the controls of the nearly 40-year-old wrecker.
Coming?
Yep.
Yeah, well, yeah, me and old trucks, so far we haven't gotten along too well. But every day is learning the curve with it, right?
The pickup has only minor damage. And Cam wants to keep it that way.
I don't want to damage his truck by any means, you know?
As it reaches the top,
I'm almost out of Ryan here.
Cam discovers a problem.
We're on a winch line here.
He's out of room.
Oh,
Right at the edge of the road.
I can't. I can't pull it on the ground.
Just put it down so that the wheels touch the ground, and that's it.
They're not going to touch the ground. It's on a pretty good angle there. We never want to do any more damage to the vehicle than what's already done.
Winching is no longer an option. So Cam comes up with a new plan.
We're going to have to pull it with the General by driving ahead.
As soon as you pull ahead, the wheels should turn and follow you.
Okay, I'll stay in my mirror.
I will.
Cam's driving skills in the General are put to the test.
Right now, I'm worried about it flipping over. We don't want to roll the truck over in a ditch if it's already on its wheels. Oh! A bit more.
Cam's patience pays off.
Perfect. It's out. We didn't do any more damage. It's successful recovery. Sometimes as a tow truck driver, you need to improvise.
Cam's got this one under his belt, and I'm hoping that he's going to be able to do some work with the old truck without any troubles.
I'm looking forward to mastering these trucks and getting some more experience out here.
This guy stopped for you. Holy. He's off the road though, eh?
Absolutely. He's right off the road.
After 3 hours of cutting and clearing,
Doesn't look so bad now after all the trees are gone.
the quiring crew are nearly ready to start the recovery.
Definitely hard work, but at the end of the day, we prevailed.
The dump truck and trailer are free of the dense timber. But Al can't bring it up until he tackles another problem.
The fuel tanks were full of several hundred liters.
We got to address that fuel.
The wreck is in a protected wilderness.
We are up in beautiful, picturesque Manning Park. The last thing we need to have is a tank rupture and spill all that fuel.
The safest plan is to drain every drop of diesel.
A precise send.
And take it away in barrels.
We'll bring in the fuel evacuation kit and take care of the problem.
A hazardous materials crew arrives to monitor the transfer.
He said he was about half full when he laid into it, so he's probably got about 300 liters on board.
There's concerns with the environment. We're gonna make sure everything is done proper.
He's gonna tap the tank right now.
Al lines up his drill and bores a hole in the tank. the fuel
Squeeze the nozzle.
is carefully pumped out.
If something happens, it's just gonna cause a whole problem that's gonna escalate beyond beliefs.
Those hazmat guys are just staring.
20 miles southeast of Hope, BC.
Squeeze the nozzle, boy.
Al Quiring is trying to pump fuel out of a wreck in a protected forest.
Let's make sure we're full right to the top.
We're concerned about diesel leaking out. We don't want anything bad like that to happen.
Okay, unplug us.
The truck is safely drained.
I know it's 3/4 full. Yeah. So yeah, 250, 270.
But Al's crew
Can you imagine trying to hump those up by hand?
needs to haul the 300-pound barrels up the bank.
No thanks. To actually bodily carry a 45-gallon drum of fuel up that bank, even Lucas would have a problem with that.
Al has a bold idea,
So secure the barrels.
borrowed from the logger's handbook.
We can run a tail hold off the top of that box and skyline up the hill here.
It's a technique used in the forestry industry to yard massive logs up rugged slopes. Making his own version of a log yarder, Al runs a line down the bank to bring the barrels up to the road.
So this one's going up top there?
Yeah. Right on.
Rig up a couple winch lines in a slack line yard setup, kind of like log yarding.
But for the plan to work, a strap wrapped around each barrel must hold.
Okay. Just make sure the strap stays tight.
Don't stand in line of that chain. Once this thing's airborne, step back.
Pick the barrels up and run them up the wire to the road.
For Al's sons, Kerry and Lucas,
Doing that, you just suck one in and let one out.
the on-the-fly engineering is a first.
Working for my old man, I love it because you never know what's in store.
Just fix it up and
It's definitely something different. It's not exactly your typical 9-to-5 job.
Now it's Kerry's turn
yeah.
to rig up the next barrel.
Working with my boys is kind of like a passing of the torch. And they're right in my footsteps the whole way through the recovery process.
But Kerry
How did he have it?
didn't quite catch Dad's lesson.
Come on, get it in there. Let's go.
Working with my dad, he doesn't really teach.
Do you have both hooked or one? You showed us so quick.
You just have to watch and then figure it out on your own.
Okay, come on, guys.
Like that? Like, yeah, explain this. You never showed me.
Al scrambles down
You just did it so quick I didn't catch it.
to show Kerry how it's done.
You know, it's sure we're father and son, but I'll let it down.
Okay.
That makes sense.
This is the real deal here. I want to make sure everything's done right.
Al returns to the road, and Kerry
Bring this one down.
Pull on it.
finally gets the hang of it.
He did it so quick I didn't notice what he did. I started yesterday compared to him in his towing experience.
The last barrel makes it to the top.
Okay, we're good.
We nailed it right on the head.
And even the hazmat crew
That was something else.
is impressed.
We got logger in the blood. A couple generations back.
Now,
All right, we're gonna carry on.
the real challenge begins.
This is the sketchy part.
Bringing the 40,000-pound wreck up to the road. When the truck and trailer rolled off the highway, the 60-foot-long unit was heavily twisted.
We have a dump truck that's laying on its left-hand side, and you have a trailer attached to it, still hooked up, which is upside down. That is the problem.
Al will have to separate the two units and bring them up one at a time.
We'll get the trailer out of the way, and then we'll remove the truck.
Just no other way to do it. There's no way you're gonna bring both of them up at once. The simplest way to do it, cut the hitch loose, drag the trailer up, then go back for the truck.
But the connector between the units, called the reach, is too damaged to release.
The reach is a little triangular piece with a ring on the front. Normally you would just disconnect it, lift the ring off, separate the two pieces.
Al's only option is to cut through twisted metal.
So there is torque and tension, and we don't know exactly how much.
Those reaches have killed more tow truck drivers than anything. This might be the last thing I do.
It's a dangerous procedure. Your life could drastically change in a heartbeat.
The last thing I want to see is my dad get whipped off of the truck 10 feet in the air and not make her home.
Man, it's just brutal. Just brutal. This is the real scary part of the job. Al's got to cut that hitch and do it in such a way that it doesn't kill him.
Oh, gee.
I'm just going through an accident site right now.
Boy, it looks dangerous, doesn't it?
On an all-day recovery on Highway 3,
This move is the deadliest move for tow truck drivers.
Al Quiring is trying to separate two pieces of a wreck, sawing through a twisted hitch.
As soon as Al cuts that bar, the pressure and the torque is going to release and it's going to come back at him. If that thing moves, it'll take your head clean off.
It's a long way to the hospital. Is he going to make it if this goes wrong?
One side of the hitch
Ooh, okay. Some of the tension just let go.
kicked back only inches. To finish the job, Al must cut through one more metal arm.
He's gonna come up on top and get out of the line of fire is what he's gonna do.
Still loaded with thousands of pounds of pressure.
I want to protect myself to make sure that I'm out of the way. If that thing flies, I'm not going to get hit.
The trailer is separated.
Okay, we're there.
And the tension released.
Beauty.
Nobody got hurt, everything was good, and we'll just carry on.
I was expecting that thing to come shooting out of there.
So was I.
My dad's always a guy, he'll put himself into danger before he'll put his sons into it.
The first one I cut, there was a lot of load on.
Yeah, I saw that. We've gotten lucky on this one.
It doesn't matter what, he is always up to the task.
The 20,000-pound trailer is Al and Gord's next target. But a hidden feature could stop it from coming up the bank. Hydraulics raise the trailer box up and down, so most of the box is not attached to the frame.
I'm hoping we can get a belly wrap on that, chain the body up.
Worst case scenario, you start pulling on it, and up comes your chassis and the box wants to stay.
Can you hook that up on top?
Yeah, you want it right here?
Wherever you can get it, yeah.
Terry and Lucas wrap chains around the box to keep it closed.
Feed it through the frame, buddy.
Yeah, pull up as much slack as you can there.
Chain the box to the chassis so that it doesn't open up halfway through the recovery.
Okay.
Al will use a line from his wrecker to flip the trailer over. Then add another line from Gord's truck to winch the unit sideways up the bank.
Gonna get this baby rocking and rolling there.
Al takes the controls. And his boys take it in.
I'm a pretty quick learner, and I've always loved running machines.
When you put it in a high gear like that, does it lose any power?
Just makes the pump run faster. Like bumping the idle up.
I definitely would enjoy getting into the heavy side of towing a bit more.
The trailer is on its wheels, and the dump box
Sweet.
has held together.
Just back yourself up, Gord.
Yep.
Now, Al needs the second record.
Just watch out, guys. Watch out.
To bring the trailer the rest of the way.
Forethought in a recovery is paramount. Just thinking about it before you do it.
Gord backs into position.
Oh, beautiful.
And Al runs another line down to the trailer.
Tighten her up, Gordy.
I got 100,000 pounds of pull to it. Once I start that thing moving, it is coming up. But we got rocks and trees and stumps.
All right, you guys, let her rip.
Nearly halfway up the bank.
Oh. Hanging up here.
The trailer begins to dig in.
That's bad.
Easy. Hold on, Gord.
We got the trailer just about to the top and she's starting to dig in.
If it's not reacting in the manner you want, then you have to change your tactics.
Al adds a line from his record to the back end.
Pretty handy having them hooks under there.
Yeah.
Beauty.
Adding one more line provides both more pulling power and it allows us to steer it. More lines equals more control.
Dad's gonna try and pivot it at the back.
She's coming now. Just keep going, Gord.
But as the pull continues,
It's teetering on the balance. We don't know exactly which way it's going to go. So things can go wrong right here.
Easy, easy.
mud and debris pile up against the wheels. And the trailer
Hold steady.
reaches its tipping point.
Just hold it.
Easy.
Easy.
On Highway 3.
Oh, man.
Keep going.
Al and Gord battle to bring a 10-ton trailer
Easy.
up to the road.
Worst case scenario is something breaks and it rolls back down into the ditch and we got to do it over again.
I'm running out of room.
Be careful coming into this heavy quick.
We're pulling it up sideways to maintain the single lane closure. If we're gonna pull it up endwise, we're gonna need to take up another lane.
What's going on out there? There's a big wreck on the curb.
Finally, the trailer is on the road.
We're out.
Like any recovery, you know what your ultimate goal is, and you just go with the flow.
Stop, good. Okay, I'm gonna grab this and take it up the road here.
Al tows the trailer just up the highway
And Al's on his way up.
to move it out of the way.
Pick it up with the tow truck and head her out of there.
But it's only half of the recovery.
Now that we've got the trailer out, we can concentrate on the truck.
That's the hard one.
The truck is nearly twice the weight of the trailer and landed in a tricky spot.
The issue here is that the truck is facing the wrong way. We've got the wheels facing away from us.
But Al has a plan.
I'm gonna run my side puller down underneath the box at the tailgate.
Yeah.
The Quiring crew will take advantage of their surroundings.
Do a block off of your truck down to a tree.
Yeah, pull it up and you go underneath and...
Yep.
Yeah, that'll work.
To pull off the final piece of the recovery.
We'll get a blue strap here, boys. One of those. And I think right on that big spruce right there.
Rigged to a tree, the extra strap will redirect one of two lines from Gord's wrecker, while a line from Al's side puller helps roll the truck back onto its wheels. Once again, Al puts his sons to work, sending Lucas down to rig to the tree.
Cable is going to go on that blue strap. Just don't pull it out too fast.
And Carrie to run lines to the wreck.
There are kids out there who would kill for the training that Carrie and Lucas are getting. This is the kind of stuff you can't buy from a book.
Okay.
But in the path of the recovery,
There is that big rock down there.
Al discovers another obstacle.
Might run into a problem.
A large boulder.
There's big rocks, there's logs, there's stumps that have been ripped up.
So we'll have to watch, make sure we don't get pitched up. All right, here we go, boys.
With the tree redirecting the pull.
Just be cautious.
The dump truck begins to move.
Ah, jeez.
And Al and Gord guide the wreck past the boulder.
Keep her coming.
Come on. It's not an exact science. Am I clear of that tree?
Yep. Easy.
There we go.
Perfect. Then we'll get the blue strap.
The truck is on its wheels.
That's good.
But unlike its trailer,
Gord, hold your underlift down.
Yep.
the 25,000-pound unit can't be brought up the bank sideways.
The worst can happen, right? Be ready.
There's logs sticking up out of the road bank. There's sharp rocks there.
So this time,
pick it up. Pick it up.
Al and Gord must winch the wreck straight back.
Just keep on it, Gord.
In reverse.
Oh, hood down, hood down.
That's probably 30, 40 feet. It's almost vertical.
This thing's not in gear, is it?
Automatic.
You want to try and grab a hold of the nose now?
Clear the debris away.
To finish the job,
That's all we're gonna get for now. We need to get a hold of the nose.
the 50-ton wreckers need more room.
Yeah, I'll get a chain down the front there and give her a heave hole.
We have to have a place to put it once it gets up out of the hole.
Oh, we're just gonna re-rig here for a few minutes.
Al explains his situation to a highway supervisor.
Pull them out there and pull it 20 more feet. If you're okay with that.
Hanging on the edge of a 60-degree slope, the wreck is poised for the final showdown.
There has to be enough room between me and the edge of the road to land this thing.
You go ahead and you come in right here.
Take the whole road?
Yeah, he's gonna give us the whole road. We're not gonna piss around and get our asses off the road is our priority. We're just gonna get our rig up here first.
Al takes one last trip down the bank
Okay.
to to run a line to the front of the cab.
We make an adjustment, give it a little directional pull, fish that baby out of there.
Okay, we're good?
We can block the road for 20 minutes. I don't want to even come close to that.
You got the road closed? Highway's closed.
I'm aiming to have this thing up on the pavement in 10 minutes or less.
With Gord's truck in position,
Okay, heave on her.
it's time to go.
Keep your boom up, Gord. Boom up.
I'm concentrating on one thing and one thing only, is getting that truck up onto the pavement.
Keep going. Okay, come on, come on. Come on.
Lots of guys working on this accident scene up here, boys. Highway's closed.
Keep going.
Near the end of an epic all-day recovery,
Okay, come on, come on.
Al and Gord have shut down Highway 3 to haul in the last piece of a major wreck.
The traffic has stopped, and we want to get them rolling as soon as possible.
The back end is up on the road, but is sinking in the soft sand.
Just come in here quick, boys. Clean that wheel off quick.
Lucas grabs a shovel
Quick, quick, quick. Get that wheel clean.
to help his dad.
Keep going, Gordon. Keep going.
We've got the clock running. They want us out of there. They want us out of there quick.
The 12.5-ton truck on a sharp angle is nearly up.
Get him released and unhooked.
Release and unhook, Gord.
Yep.
Okay, off the road. That wasn't too bad, eh? Beauty.
That was 4 minutes.
Perfect.
From the time I pulled out to the time I got back off the highway was 4 minutes.
So we're gonna get things cleaned up, get that traffic cleared up right now.
Did they open the highway? Oh, yeah, she's opened up.
Quiring Towing's challenging off-road recovery was a team effort.
That was slick. Just like we knew what the hell we were doing.
Yeah, I love doing jobs like this. Get in there, get it done, go home.
Pretty damn good, even if I do say so myself.
But for Al's sons, it was something more.
Love working with my old man. So much to learn, so much knowledge, and it means a lot to me.
A chance to spend time with a man who taught them everything.
Every day is fun with him, and following in his footsteps, it makes me happy.
Easy, Dad. There you go.
All right, fellas. We're wrapped up, everything's secure. Yeah. That's why I say these guys are handy sized, eh?
Working alongside the boys, it's my family's heritage. This has been going on for decades. And it's fun to see the fourth generation.
All right, we'll see you up the road. Okay, we're out of here.
Job's done. We're gonna go home and get something to eat.
My boys, they got the gusto to get the job done. They did it perfectly. It's pretty cool that that legacy continues.
We gotta keep the tradition going, right?
Next time on Highway Thru Hell.
Oh, that's a good one.
Between a rock
Stand back.
and a hard place.
Just gonna blow it in half.
A twisted wreck
Shot.
tests Jamie's team
Come on.
and his trucks.
Son of a bitch.
Then
Full load of meat.
a crash in the canyon
Careful now.
has Dylan racing
Is it twisted?
to save a $500,000 load.
Hold on. Hold on.